welcome to Mass Reader. Today I'm reading Amazing Grace by Mary Hoffman and Carolyn Minge. Let's get reading. Grace was a girl who loved stories. She didn't mind if they were read to her or told to her or made up in her own head. She didn't care if they were from books or on TV or in films or on video or out of Nana's long memory. Grace just loved stories. And after she had heard them, or sometimes while they were going on, Grace would act them out. And she always gave herself the most exciting part. Grace went into battle as Joan of Arc and wove a wicked web as Anansi the spider. She hid inside the wooden horse at the gates of Troy. She crossed the Alps with Hannibal and 100 elephants. She sailed the 7 seas with a peg leg and a parrot. She's Hiawatha, singing by the shining big sea water, and Mowgli in the back garden jungle. Sometimes when there was no one around, Grace played all the parts by herself. She could be a cast of 1,000. The poor cat usually helped out, and sometimes she could persuade Mom and Nana to join in when they weren't too busy. Then she was Dr. Grace, and their lives were in her hands. One day her school teacher said they were going to do a play of Peter Pan. Grace put up her hand to be Peter Pan, but Grace kept her hand up. Natalie whispered, "You can't be Peter Pan because you're black. Peter Pan isn't black." Raj said, "You can't be Peter Pan because you're a girl and Peter Pan is a boy." Grace got home and she seemed rather sad. "What's the matter?" asked Ma. "Raj says I can't be Peter Pan because I'm a girl." "Oh no, Peter Pan, you can be Peter Pan." Nana said, "What's wrong, Grace?" "Natalie says I can't be Peter Pan because I'm black." Oh no, Nana started to get angry at this, but Mama stopped her and she said, "You know what? You can be whoever you want to be as long as you put your mind to it." Next Saturday, Nana said, "We're going to go out for the afternoon." They caught a bus that afternoon and took it into town. Nana stood outside the theater and showed her a poster. It was Rosalie Wilkins in Romeo and Juliet. She was in sparkling lights. "We're going to the ballet?" She said, "Yes, we are, honey. But first, I want to show you some photographs of a beautiful young dancer in a tutu. She's the new stunning Juliet." And it was Rosalie back home from Trinidad. Nanny and her granny knew her back home on her island. Oh, Grace felt like this time she could do anything. Grace played that part as though she were Juliet in her imaginary tutu. "I can be anything I want," she thought. "I can even be Peter Pan on Monday." The auditions were on Monday. Natalie was going to play Captain Hook, but she wanted to be Wendy. But Grace knew who she wanted to be. She wanted to be Peter Pan. She practiced and practiced, and finally the children voted for Grace. She was great. She was a success. She was an amazing Peter Pan. And after it was all over, she said, "I feel as if I could fly all the way home." Mama said, "You probably can." Nana said, "Grace, you can, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want." The end.